Today we're going to be looking at an officially licensed copy of the Mario Party 5 plush set made by Sine. And what basically every single plush in this set is basically an exact copy or somewhat copies the original Sine Mario Party 5 plushes. So with that said, welcome to a look at the Gosh 2006 Mario plush set. Now let's start off with the first plush in the set being Mario. Now, as I said before, one thing that you'll notice about every single one of these plushes is that, well, they look very similar to the Mario Party 5 ones. Well, the reason for that is that it seems that the company that made this being Gosh kind of just stole their designs. So yeah, basically all these plushes are just officially licensed bootlegs of the Sine Mario Party 5 plushes, and well, this Mario plush isn't that bad, honestly. The face has some pretty nice embroidery on it, and well, the mustache could actually look really weird sometimes. It could either have really good, nice detail to it, and well, sometimes it doesn't have any detail to it. And well, the hat could also depend on which plush you get. Sometimes it could look overall really good, and sometimes it could look really bad. And well, since these were usually sold in arcades, they were very low quality and didn't have the best quality control. So that's why it's pretty hard to find an actually good looking high quality Gosh Mario plush. And well, the overalls are the exact same as the Mario Party 5 ones basically, and once again you could also take them off just like the Mario Party 5 ones. And well, the buttons on this plush are made out of a felt material and they're only glued on so they could fall off. And well, basically all his proportions are once again basically exact copies of the Mario Party 5 one. You know, there's actually 3 different sizes of this Mario plush, being the small size, the medium size, and the large size. They all basically look the same, but what I could tell, the large size is actually the best size to get because well, it actually has the most detail on it. As well, usually with the large sizes, the mustaches actually look really good on them, and basically they put a lot more time into that one because well, they obviously sold less large ones, so they put a lot more time and effort into them by the looks of it. But yeah, overall, this Mario plush seems to be a more cheaply made version of the Mario Party 5 one, well, but in my opinion, it's actually definitely a good replacement for it. So if you can't afford the multi-$100 Mario Party 5 Mario plush, you could actually get this one for only like around $30. It will be pretty hard to find though if you live outside of the United Kingdom, because well, that's mainly where they were sold. And now let's move on to the next plush in the set being Luigi. Now this one's literally just an exact copy of the Mario pattern, except well, it's just green. And I mean basically an exact copy of the pattern. All the facial details are the same, the hat's the same, and also the body's just slightly taller. So yeah, this plush didn't really take much effort to make, so they just took the Mario pattern, made it a little taller, and also just obviously changed the colors on it. And well, overall it looks pretty good still. Definitely not as good as the Mario plush as well. His mustache kind of looks like Mario's mustache most of the time because well, they usually use the exact same pattern. And well, just like the Mario plush, the hat on this one could look either really good or really bad. And well, the overalls on this plush could also be taken off, and well, the buttons could also fall off over the years. And well, they only really changed one thing about the body on this plush, that it's making Luigi's legs a little longer than Mario's to make him just slightly taller to make it more game accurate. But yeah, just like Mario comes in a small size, a medium size, and a large size. And well, just like Mario, the large size is probably the best size to get as well, but it has the most detail to it. But yeah, overall, this Luigi plush is pretty weird looking because well, it basically looks the exact same as Mario and doesn't really have many details to differentiate it from him. But yeah, once again, you could probably find this plush for around $35 in the United Kingdom, except in America, it actually sells for a lot more money. And now let's go on to the next plush of the set being Toad. Now the head on this plush actually looks pretty weird looking because well, unlike the Mario Party 5 plush, for some reason the red spots on his head are actually kind of like 3D looking. Because well, for some reason the spots that are made out of red, it actually has a lot more stuffing in them to make it pop out a bit more. I don't know why they did that, but it overall looks pretty cool. So yeah, even though the detail technically isn't accurate and doesn't need to be there, it's still overall a pretty nice detail that they added just to make it look a bit more unique. And well, for Toad's face is overall pretty simplistic, and well, the only really different thing from the Mario Party 5 plush is that the mouth is a slightly thicker embroidery. And well, same thing with the eyes, it just seems that Gosh used a slightly thicker embroidery on these plushes than the original Sine ones. But yeah, the rest of the Toad plush overall looks pretty good, and his coat overall looks really nice, except it could get unstitched from him over the years. But yeah, I would overall say since Toad is a pretty simplistic character to make, they did a pretty good job with it. And the cool thing about this plush is that there was actually one for sale recently on eBay that was actually a sample. So yeah, a little while ago for around $90 you could actually get a sample of this plush that actually looks slightly different. Because we can see the embroidery on the eyes are actually slightly thinner than the actual released variant, and well, they also have these weird spots on the head that kind of look off-centered. As well, for some reason the front is off-centered, and I don't know why that is, but probably just because it's a sample, so they probably didn't put much work into it. Yeah, overall this Toad plush looks pretty good. If you want it, you could look on eBay. And now let's go on to the next plush, this being Yoshi. Now this Yoshi plush basically uses the exact same pattern as the Mario Party 5 one, except that it's just slightly bigger. Now this Yoshi plush's face is basically the exact same as the Mario Party 5 one as well, but if you put them next to each other, they basically look the exact same. The only really noticeable difference about them is that the material used on them is just slightly different. And well, that's because Sine's material is a lot higher quality than the Gosh one, because well, the Gosh ones were just arcade prices, so they were very mass produced. And well, Yoshi's body overall looks pretty good, and well, he has a nice shell on the back of him, which overall looks pretty accurate. And well, for some reason the soles on this plush have very bright yellow soles, so yeah, I don't know why this plush has that, but yeah, it's not supposed to be like that. But yeah, even though this Yoshi plush is basically the exact copy of the Mario Party 5 one, it still is worth getting if you can't afford the Mario Party 5 one. And well, that's because it basically looks the exact same and well, but still overall pretty high quality, even though it isn't the quality that the Mario Party 5 one is. You know, if you live in the UK, you could probably get it for around $25, but if you live outside of the UK, you probably can't get it for cheap. And now let's move on to the next plush, set being Wario. Now Wario's face overall looks pretty weird, and that's because his face is just way too small. As well, you can tell his eyes are really close together, and basically all the details on his face are just kind of smushed together, so it overall makes it look really weird. Another thing that makes the face look weird is that the bottom of the face is actually wider than the top, so it makes it that his eyes look overall very small and his mouth is very big, so yeah, his face is just kind of disproportionate. And well, his mustache could also get damaged because well, it's made out of a felt material, so it could get bent, and it's also only glued on, so it could fall off. And well, just like Mario and Luigi, his hat could get damaged, and well, it could overall look really good or really bad. And well, the rest of the Wario plush basically looks the exact same as the Mario Party 5 one, except just smaller. And well, there is a large size of this Wario plush, except it's a lot rarer than the normal size, and it still overall looks pretty weird. And well, the weirdest part about this plush are the legs, because well, since they copied the Mario Party 5 design, they have this really skinny legs on them, which doesn't really fit the rest of the plush. So yeah, overall, this plush's face looks really weird, but the rest of it looks okay. If you want this plush, you could look on eBay or Mercari, and well, you could only be able to find this plush in the UK as well, but I haven't seen a listing outside of the UK, so yeah, it's overall really rare if you don't live there. And now let's go on to the next plush, set being Donkey Kong. Now Donkey Kong's face is actually pretty unique and not copied off of the Mario Party 5 one, so yeah, that's one really good thing about this plush already. And well, in my opinion, the face on this plush overall looks really good, and I actually really like the eyes on it even more than the normal Mario Party 5 one. As well, it gives Donkey Kong an angry look, which I actually really like, and well, but I actually like this style of the plush. As well, there's no really other Donkey Kong plushes that really make him look angry, and well, but I actually think that is a lot more unique, and well, the rest of the face also looks really good. As well, the mouth has the correct definition on it, and all the rest of the details are nicely stuffed and look accurate. And well, this plush is in the same position as the normal Mario Party 5 Donkey Kong plush, and well, it's basically the exact same as that one. The only other really thing that's different about this plush is that they tried to make the DK logo a lot smaller than the original Sine one, so yeah, it overall looks pretty weird. But I do have to say, this is probably the most unique plush in the whole set just for the different face look, because well, the rest of the plushes in the set basically use the exact same look and pattern as the Mario Party 5 one, but this one doesn't. So I'm overall really glad they made this unique design for Donkey Kong as well, but I overall really like it, and it comes in two sizes, being the small size, the medium size. And well, there might be a large size for this plush, but I haven't been able to find any pictures of it or any proof that it actually exists. But just like the others, you could look on eBay and Mercari, but it's going to be really rare if you don't live in the UK. But yeah, overall, this plush is really unique as well, but it was released basically as an official knockoff of the Sine plushes. And it was really rare to see any basically official knockoffs to be released as well, but usually they don't allow it. As well, I'm overall pretty surprised that Nintendo actually approved of all of these, as well these were released in 2006 and the Mario Party 5 ones were released in 2003, only 3 years after the Mario Party 5 plushes were released, these ones were released. So yeah, it's overall pretty surprising that only 3 years later Nintendo didn't really realize that they were basically rip-offs. But yeah, even though they're basically knockoffs of the Mario Party 5 plush, I still really like them, and well, they have their own unique bits to them. But yeah, out of every plush in this set, which is your favorite? Comment that down below and have a great day.